Yeah, let's get started. Jump right into it. Okay, the greatest musical trios of all time. We're going to get into it with number 20. You guys might remember this one. Number 20 is the Stray Cats. Formed in 1979, the Stray Cats are an American. Thank you, Debbie. Appreciate that. Pretty flowers. The Stray Cats are an American rockabilly band consisting of singer-guitarist Brian Setzer, bass player Lee Rocker, and drummer Slim Jim Phantom. Pretty cool names. Their style, yes, I love it. Their style and sound is heavily influenced by music artists from the 1950s, including Bill Haley and the Comets, Eddie Cochran, Carl Perkins, and Gene Vincent. Having sold approximately 27 million records worldwide, this trio had numerous hits in Australia, Canada, the UK, and America. Some of their most popular hits include Rock This Town 1981, Stray Cat Strut 1982, and Sexy in 17 1983. Their signature hit, Rock This Town, has been listed in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as one of the songs that helped shape rock and roll. So our number 20 music trio, starting things off tonight, Stray Cats Struttin' with Teddy. The Stray Cats, that's right. You gotta admit they had a unique sound for a band that came out in the late 70s, early 80s, and they could have easily fit in. There's a band that were born after their time. They should have been right smack dab in the 1950s. They might have given Elvis a run, who knows. Okay, let's carry on. 20 was Stray Cats, and at number 19, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Formed in 1970, Emerson, Lake and Palmer were an English rock supergroup that consisted of Keith Emerson on keyboards, Greg Lake on vocals and guitar, and Carl Palmer on drums. Their unique sound featured adaptations of classical music and symphonic rock elements, dominated by Keith Emerson's flamboyant use of his Hammond organ. The band came to prominence following their performance at the Isle of Wight Festival in August 1970. After that, the floodgates were open and the trio went on to release several popular albums consistently through the 1970s. With an estimated 48 million records sold worldwide, Emerson, Lake and Palmer are considered one of the most successful progressive rock groups of the 1970s, and maybe all time. Progressive rock was kind of a big movement, I would say mostly in the late 60s and throughout the 70s. And there's still progressive rock bands as of today, but I think the big push for progressive rock was in the 70s for sure. So yeah, let's carry on with number 18. This one seems to not fit in quite as much, but remember, musical trios, 3-man band, 3-girl band, mixture, whatever, from different eras. And coming in at number 18 on DJ Ray's greatest of all time musical trios, the Jonas Brothers. Formed in 2005 out of New Jersey, the Jonas Brothers are an American pop band comprised of brothers Kevin, Joe, and Nick Jonas. Some of their most popular singles include Burnin' Up, 2005, Tonight, 2008, and Sucker, 2019. Although they had an on-again, off-again relationship between solo careers and working together as a trio, they still managed to sell almost 20 million albums worldwide as a unit. Even though Joe and Nick had decent solo careers, it really couldn't quite add up to the success and chemistry they possessed as a group. In 2008, this trio was nominated for Best New Artist at the 51st Annual Grammy Awards. And that same year, they won the American Music Award for Breakthrough Artist. Coming in at number 18, the Jonas Brothers. Okay, so just a quick reminder, I'm DJ Ray. I do this every Tuesday night live on Facebook and TikTok. My show is called DJ Ray's Music Goats, and every week I have a different music theme. Tonight's theme, we're trying to find the GOAT, the greatest of all time, in musical trios. So far we've had at number 20, the Stray Cats. At number 19, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And number 18, the Jonas Brothers. And with that, I'd also like to do a shout out to my sister, Ange. you know, some of you may have heard of her new business. Well, it's not that new, but you know, it's Bella Mia Boutique. Believe the website's bellamiaboutique.ca is probably the best way to kind of get a hold of her and whatnot. If look, I was going to say for the girls, you know, you'll love it. You'll love it. My sister is like Miss Fashion. You know, maybe a little biased, but all of her pieces or jewelry, everything is just phenomenal. But guys, it's a great place for you to go too, because if you got that significant other, you know, my sister will make you look good. It's bellamiaboutique.ca. Hope I got that right, Ange. Just she is the best. Thanks, Debbie. Okay, so yeah, we left off at the Jonas Brothers. Tonight is the greatest musical trios of all time. And just a quick thing, really quick, before I get to 17. We're going to try something a little different. You're welcome, Ange. We're going to try something a little different tonight. My sister's going to help me out. And thank you for that gift. Appreciate it. And what we're going to do is for about 10 or 15 minutes after the show, if anybody's interested, I'm going to bring you up to the little boxes or whatever. And if you have any questions for me about tonight's theme, the music trios, feel free. You don't have to come up, but if you want to come up, we'll fit you in. My sister will help. She's the moderator, official moderator, and we'll help out. Emerson, Lake and Palmer were really great. Kind of forgotten, but wow. Excellent musicians. Okay, so we left off at the Stray Cats at 20, Emerson, Lake and Palmer at 19, Jonas Brothers at 18. Coming in at number 17, the Beastie Boys. Hi, Lori. Number 17, formed in the early 1980s, the Beastie Boys were an American hip-hop trio that comprised of Adam Horovitz, Michael Diamond, and Adam Yauch. In 1985, they toured with Madonna, and 1 year later, they released their debut album, Licensed to Ill, the first ever rap album to top the Billboard 200 chart in the US. Having sold over 20 million records in the US alone, they are the biggest selling rap group since Billboard began recording sales in 1991. Pretty impressive. In 2012, the Beastie Boys became the third ever rap group to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame alongside Grandmaster Flash and Run DMC. So yeah, number 17, we have the Beastie Boys. Morning Thunderbirds with us. Yes, we got our gang in here tonight for sure. Thank you. It's got some breaking news here. I always wanted to say that. Okay, so yeah, number 17 is the Beastie Boys, our first hip-hop trio. And we're going to continue on now with number 16 with the greatest music trios of all time tonight. Number 16 kind of gets me hungry a little bit. My favorite fruit. Bananarama. Formed in 1980. Bananarama was an English pop group originally consisting of Sarah Dolan, Siobhan Fahey, and Karen Woodward. Fahey left the group in 1988 and was replaced by Jackie O'Sullivan until 1991 when the group finally became a duo. Often associated with the second British invasion, the original trio experienced a lot of success throughout the 1980s, with hits like Shy Boy, 1982, Cruel Summer, 1983, Venus, 1986, and I Heard a Rumor, 1987. In total, they had 11 singles reach Billboard's Hot 100 chart in the US between the years 1983 and 1988, which they were a trio through that. And really, that's their time that they shined, was during the 1980s, right? That was the Bananarama era, you know, retro 80s, new wave, all that kind of stuff. With approximately 30 million records sold worldwide, Bananarama's success on both pop and dance charts saw them listed in the Guinness World Records for achieving the world's highest number of chart entries by an all-female group. Coming in at number 16, Bananarama. Yeah, they're pretty big in the 80s, that's for sure. Okay, let's carry on with the greatest music trios of all time. I haven't seen too many picks yet. Just remember, guys, put your pick in there if you haven't already. And if you're the first to walk in, the Bengals, you got Walk Like an Egyptian, Teddy? Well, they were a 5-girl band, weren't they, or something? 4 or 5, I can't remember. Yeah, put your guess on what band or group, musical group, you think is the GOAT. What's going to be number one? And keep an eye open for the our queen moderator. She pinned a comment there. If you thought Bananarama was the greatest of all time, just type them in. And at the end, if you're the one who typed in first and your pick is number one and the GOAT, you'll be added to our championship board when we're going to have a decent prize later on in the summer for all the champions to, do their thing. And we've got some new things coming up too. I don't want to get into it, but it's going to get pretty cool. I think we're going to start playing a little music in the weeks to come. And a couple other things. I'll keep it like that for now, but I'm going to get you guys more involved, a little more interactive. So there's a lot coming up. Okay, let's continue on. We left off. Number 20 was the Stray Cats. Number 19, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Number 18, the Jonas Brothers. Number 17, the Beastie Boys. Number 16, Bananarama. And number 15, Blink 182. Formed in 1992 out of California, Blink 182 is an American rock band that currently consists of bassist and vocalist Mark Hoppus, lead guitarist Tom DeLonge, and notorious drummer Travis Barker, Mr. Tattoos. Although their sound has diversified over the years, their musical style primarily combines catchy pop melodies with up-tempo punk rock. Having sold over 50 million records worldwide, this trio had success with singles like All the Small Things, 1999, The Rock Show, 2001, and I Miss You, 2004. In 2024, Blink 182 received the Brit Award. Thanks, Ange. That's a cute little puppy. In 2024, Blink 182 received the Brit Award for achieving over 1 billion digital streams in the UK. And like I've said to you many times before, guys, the Brit Award is like, in my opinion, the second biggest award you can get in music. The first biggest would be a Grammy Award. The second would be a Brit Award. The Grammy is the American version. The Brit Award is the British version. So, coming in at number 15, the nod goes to Blink 182. Okay. Let's just see what's going on here. All right, let's continue on at number 14. Okay, these guys are pretty cool and very innovative. Coming in at number 14, the trio known as Run DMC. Originating out of Queens, New York in 1983, Run DMC was an American hip-hop group consisting of members Joseph Run Simmons, Daryl DMC McDaniels, and Jason Jam Master J. Mizell. Together, this trio is regarded as a pioneer in the evolution of hip-hop music. For example, they were the first rap group to have their music videos broadcast on MTV, the first to appear on American Bandstand, the first to grace the cover of Rolling Stone magazine, and the first to be nominated for a Grammy Award. Of course, I mean the first hip-hop group. In 2009, Run DMC became just the second hip-hop group after Grandmaster Flash to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And in 2016, they received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. When you think of this group, this trio, very innovative. I mean, when I think of the beginning of rap, there's only a couple bands or groups I can think of really before Run DMC that really stand out, like Grandmaster Flash, and maybe the Sugar Hill Gang. But as far as to me, real rap groups, not to say those weren't real, but really put their fingerprints on future hip hop, Run DMC has got to be, So coming in at number 14 on DJ Ray's greatest music trios of all time, Run DMC. And with that, a reminder, I am DJ Ray, and I'm here live every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on both TikTok and Facebook Live. What do we got? Oh, we got cousin Ginny in the house over here on Facebook. And she says she loves Bella Mia Boutique. A little plug for you there, Ange. See, that's what family's for. How you doing, Ginny? Been a bell? So, yeah, every Tuesday, my show is called DJ Ray's Music Goats. The GOAT stands for the greatest of all time in different music categories. And our category tonight is the greatest music trios of all time. Ange says to say, thank you, Ginny. See, I got family all over the place. One manning Facebook, one manning TikTok, and it's all good. I love it. Okay, so let's continue on with number 13. Our first country trio. It's hard to make it as a country trio because most country bands and singers don't tend to cross over too often. Many do, but a lot of them don't cross over as many to the mainstream charts. But this one comes in at number 13. And they're in a famous trio called Rascal Flatts. Okay, so formed in 1999, Rascal Flatts is an American country band that consists of Gary LeVox on vocals, Joe Don Rooney on lead guitar, and Jay DeMarcus on bass. Together, this trio has sold more than 27 million records and have topped the Billboard country charts 16 different times. Their most popular of these singles include songs like Bless the Broken Road, 2004, Fast Cars and Freedom, 2005, What Hurts the Most, 2006, and Banjo, 2012. As a trio, Rascal Flatts was named Vocal Group of the Year by the Country Music Association between 2003 to 2008. That's right, all those years in a row. Furthermore, the Academy of Country Music named them as their top vocal group between the years 2003 to 2009. Pretty impressive. In 2011, they were inducted into the Grand Ole Opry. And in 2012, they received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Coming in at number 13, my first country group, maybe my only country group, you have to stick around to find out. We've still got 12 to go. Rascal Flatts at number 13. Let's do a quick update of the last few. So we left off, I believe, at number 16, it was Bananarama. Number 15 was Blink-182. Number 14 was Run DMC. And number 13, Rascal Flatts. Which takes me to number 12. Unfortunately, the bass player passed away recently. But they've been around rocking for a lot of years. Coming in at number 12. A little bit of Southern rock, ZZ Top. Formed in 1969, ZZ Top is an American rock band that consisted of guitarist and singer Billy Gibbons, drummer Frank Beard, which was the only one in the band that didn't have a beard, and the late Dusty Hill, who provided bass guitar. With over 50 million records sold, this unique trio racked up several popular hits throughout their career, including songs like Tush, 1975, Gimme All Your Lovin', 1983, Legs, 1984, and Sleeping Bag, 1985, to name just a few. Lead guitarist Billy Gibbons was ranked as one of the greatest guitarists of all time by Rolling Stone magazine. And in 2004, all three members of ZZ Top were officially inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So coming in at number 12, and tributes to Dusty Hill, their late bass player. I don't know if they played since he passed away a few years ago. Number 12, though, ZZ Top. Okay, once again, I'm DJ Ray, here every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock live on TikTok and Facebook. My show is called DJ Ray's Music Goats, and I feature different music themes every week. Tonight, it's all about the greatest music trios of all time. And I just like to do another quick shout out to my sister, her new business called Bella Mia Boutique. You can find out more about her by checking out her website at bellamiaboutique.ca. That's B-E-L-L-A, boutique, B-O-U-T-I-Q-U-E.ca. Thank God I'm a decent speller. The police coming in from Debbie. Okay. So yeah, check her out. She's obviously becoming a little bit of a celebrity here on TikTok. So doesn't hurt that she's a knockout, and that's coming from her brother. So so yeah, show her some support. She'll Bellamia Boutique. Anyway, let's continue on now. I left off at ZZ Top at number 12, and this next group seems to be showing up on a lot of different of my countdowns lately, and I'm really starting to realize how really big they were to music. I mean, I took them for granted a bit, but the last little while I've been realizing what a legacy they've left. TLC coming in at number 11. Some of you probably don't even know who they are. Formed in 1990, but wait to hear some of these stats. TLC is an R&B group whose best-known lineup includes Tion Watkins, Razonda Thomas, and the late Lisa Lopez. Together, this trio enjoyed immense success throughout the 1990s, with 9 top 10 hits and 4 number 1 US singles, including Creep, 1994, Waterfalls, 1995, No Scrubs, 1999, and Unpretty, also released in 1999. Pop diva Beyonce, who is the lead singer of Destiny's Child, once said, quote, TLC has influenced just about every female group that's out there now, and they definitely influenced Destiny's Child. That's coming from the Queen Bee herself. Having sold over 60 million records worldwide, TLC is one of the best-selling American girl groups of all time. Some of their many accolades include 4 Grammy Awards, 5 MTV Video Awards, and 5 Soul Train Awards. The Nod at number 11 just missed number 10, top 10, but I think they were on the top 10 when I did all the best girl groups of all time. So pretty good. Number 11 is TLC, which takes us to the top 10. My favorite part. It's when it starts to really, this is when all your picks start coming out. I don't think anyone's picked Nirvana yet. I haven't seen it yet, but I don't think so. So it's all yours, and a great choice, by the way. Okay, let's get into the top 10. Counting down the top 20, but we're at number 10 right now, music trios of all time. Who's the GOAT? Who's going to be number 1? Well, I'll tell you who number 10 is. And sorry, Uncle Mike, you're not going to go for a 4th tonight. Coming in at number 10 is Rush. Formed in 1968, Rush was a Canadian progressive rock band that eventually consisted of vocalist Geddy Lee providing bass and keyboards, Alex Lifeson on lead guitar, and the late Neil Peart on drums. God, a lot of people are passing. A lot of musicians. It's like sad. With approximately 40 million records sold worldwide, this trio had a dedicated fan base that helped popularize songs like Fly By Night, 1975, Closer to the Heart, 1977, The Spirit of Radio, 1980, Limelight, 1981, Tom Sawyer, 1981, and New World Man, 1983, which, don't quote me, but I think was their highest turning song on the charts. Considered as one of the greatest rock bands in history, Rush was nominated for 7 Grammy Awards and won a total of 10 Junos. In 1994, they were inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame, and in 2013, they were further added to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Coming in at number 10, sorry, Uncle Mike, but, looks like we're going to have a change of championship this week, and Rush coming in at number 10. Okay. Looks like we have our second country artist. And I thought I seen somebody say this one, which is a great pick, but unfortunately it's not number 1. It's not the GOAT. Coming in at number 9, the Dixie Chicks. Formed in 1989, the Dixie Chicks, now known as the Chicks, were an all-girl country trio consisting of members Natalie Maines on lead vocals and guitar, Marty McGuire on fiddle, mandolin, and guitar, and Marty's sister, Emily Strayer, on guitar and banjo. I guess I could have said Emily's sister, Marty, but anyway. Having sold over 46 million records, this trio went on to chart 22 times on Billboard's Hot Country chart in the US. Of these tracks, 6 of them went on to top the country charts in the US, including There's Your Trouble, Wide Open Spaces, You Were Mine, all from 1998, good year for them, Cowboy Take Me Away, 1999, Without You, 2000, and Travelin' Soldier, 2002. I got to throw out Goodbye Earl, too. It didn't chart very well, but to me, that was their signature hit. And funny as heck. Their impressive list of accolades include 4 AMAs, 7 Billboard Music Awards, 8 ACM Awards, 10 CMA Awards, and check this out, 13 Grammy Awards. Coming in at number 9, and deservedly so, although, they sometimes get their politics involved in things, mostly Natalie, but great group regardless, and the Dixie Chicks, the Chicks coming in at number 9. All right. Let's continue at number 8. Taking you way back for this one with Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Formed in 1968, Crosby, Stills, and Nash were a folk rock supergroup that consisted of iconic members David Crosby, Stephen Stills, and Graham Nash. They are particularly noted for their intricate vocal harmonies and lasting influence on American music and culture. Incredible harmony. All 3 members of this legendary trio were inducted into the Hall of Fame as individuals for their work in past groups. David Crosby for his time with the Byrds, Stephen Stills for his tenure with Buffalo Springfield, and Graham Nash for his services with the Hollies. In 1997, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, as a unit, were for a second time inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's pretty impressive. And when you think of the roots of rock and roll, this comes right up to the top. But as a trio, and some of these other trios here from different genres and whatnot, they take the number 8 spot. And Young sometimes, you're right, Teddy. Actually, when Neil Young came in, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, I personally think that was their moment where they really, but because Neil Young is no slouch either, and a Canadian, we might add. Okay, I'm DJ Ray. I'm here every Tuesday night live at 8 p.m. on both TikTok and Facebook, and my show is called DJ Ray's Music Goats. The GOAT standing for the greatest of all time in different music categories. Tonight's category, as we've been noticing, is the greatest of all time music trios. And I'm just going to give you a quick from number 10 up. At number 10, we had Rush. At number 9, we had the Dixie Chicks, now known as the Chicks. And at number 8 was Crosby, Stills, and Nash, sometimes Young. Afterwards, Young. He started as Crosby, Stills, and Nash. So let's go to number 7. A lot of progressive bands on this tonight, I'm noticing. Genesis comes in at number 7. Formed in 1967. Makes you wonder, 1967, they go back that far. Anyway, formed in 1967, English band Genesis was a pioneer of the progressive rock movement that started taking place in the early 1970s. The band's longest lasting and most successful lineup consisted of keyboardist Tony Banks, guitarist Mike Rutherford, and, of course, drummer-singer Phil Collins. With almost 150 million albums sold worldwide, Genesis are one of the world's all-time best-selling bands. Throughout the late 1970s and early 1980s, this legendary rock group scored a string of hit singles, including songs like Follow You, Follow Me, 1978, Misunderstanding, 1980, Abacab, 1981, No Reply at All, 1981, That's All, 1983, Invisible Touch, 1986, Land of Confusion, 1986, and I Can't Dance, 1991. And that's not even mentioning Phil Collins' career as a solo artist. Talk about greatness. A one-time Grammy Award winner, in 2010, Genesis was officially inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And they come in as my lucky number 7, looking for the music GOAT, the greatest music trio of all time. Okay, let's carry on with number 6. Hope you guys are doing good out there. You like that one, eh, Ange? No reply at all. No reply at all. You know, it's going to be cool when I start playing music. My sister's helping me out a lot behind the scenes. She's got her own. She's pretty busy herself with her Bella Mia boutique, and and she's kind enough to help me out as well. So we're pretty tight, and we help each other. And you guys, show her a lot of support. Bella Mia boutique. She's going to be doing a lot of things too. So it's not just me, and we like to cross promote. So you might see me on some of her stuff coming up soon. Not sure. She's working things out, but in the meantime, check it out, bellamiaboutique.ca. Okay, let's carry on with DJ Ray's Music Goats, with tonight's theme being the greatest music trio of all time. Coming in at number 6, Destiny's Child. Signed to Columbia Records in 1997, R&B pop group Destiny's Child was originally featured as a quartet. Over time, they formed into a trio and went on to become one of the greatest girl groups of all time, with singers Kelly Rowland, Michelle Williams, and the one and only Beyoncé. With more than 60 million records sold worldwide, Destiny's Child recorded a string of hit singles, including 4 chart toppers: Bills, 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 1999, Say My Name, 2000, Independent Women from Charlie's Angels, 2000, and Bootylicious, 2001. That was a cool one. Some of the group's accolades include 2 MTV Video Awards, 4 Soul Train Awards, 5 AMAs, 11 Billboard Music Awards, 1 Brit Award, 3 Grammy Awards, and 6 World Music Awards. Pretty impressive. And you know what's funny is that Beyoncé, as a solo artist, beat that on her own. She was obviously the star. I mean, Kelly Rowland was no slouch, but compared to Beyoncé, arguably the greatest artist of all time, at least female anyway, hard to top that. So number 6 on the music trios. And if this was Beyoncé by herself, if this was a solo artist thing, she'd probably be right up there by number 1. But because Destiny's Child was great, but there's 5 more that are even greater than that, if you could believe it. Coming in at number 6, Destiny's Child, which takes me to the top 5. Now it's getting real serious. Okay, so yeah, let's do this. Okay, so number 5. Who's going to win the championship tonight? It's not going to be Uncle... Well, it could be Uncle Mike. Did he post another choice here? Hey, JT, what's going on? Another champ in the house. See, the champs have to represent. My sister is a doll. Thanks, JT. I appreciate you saying that. Okay, I'm not going to touch that Farrah Fawcett thing. I'm not exactly sure what that meant, but that's a problem jumping into conversations in the middle of thinking I know what's going on. Okay, let's start with top 5. Greatest of all-time music trios. Coming in at number 5. Amazing band known as Green Day. Formed in 1987, American rock band Green Day consists of vocalist Billy Joe Armstrong, bassist Mike Dirnt, and drummer Trey Cool, who joined the band in 1990. With roughly 75 million records sold worldwide, this trio has been credited with reigniting mainstream interest in punk rock music. Some of their most popular hits include Basket Case, 1994, When I Come Around, 1995, Good Riddance, Time of My Life, 1997, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, 2004, Wake Me Up When September Ends, 2005, and 21 Guns, 2009. Throughout their career, Green Day have won a total of 6 Billboard Music Awards, 3 AMAs, 2 People's Choice Awards, 2 Brit Awards, and 5 Grammys. Pretty impressive. In 2015, they were officially inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah, I love bands that win Brit Awards and Grammy Awards both. If you just win Grammy Awards, it shows, maybe you weren't that big in the UK. And if you just win Brit Awards, it shows that maybe you weren't so big in America. But when you win, like Green Day, 2 Brit Awards and 5 Grammys. They're pretty big. Coming in at number 5, I don't believe anyone chose them, but number 5 is Green Day. Let's carry on, guys. Somebody said this next one. So, good news is, great pick. Bad news is, they're not the GOAT. Coming in at number 4, kind of similar to Green Day, it's Nirvana. Formed in 1987, American rock band Nirvana are often referenced as the figurehead music group for Generation X. Founded by the late Kurt Cobain and Chris Novoselic, I hope I said that right, the band went through a succession of drummers before recruiting Dave Grohl in 1990. Remember, Dave Grohl went on to the Foo Fighters, so he's got quite the resume himself. Characterized by a punk aesthetic, Nirvana's fusion of noisy pop melodies combined with its themes of objection and social alienation brought them global popularity. That's a hard word to say. Having sold more than 75 million records around the world, Nirvana is considered one of the best-selling artists of all time. And you know what's so cool about that? They didn't have a long career. 75 million records for a handful of years. It's just crazy because Kurt Cobain committed the S word. Was it 94 or something? Anyway, try to guess. In 2014, among their accolades, they earned a Grammy Award, a Brit Award, an AMA, and several MTV Video Awards. In 2014, Nirvana was officially inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and in 2023, they were posthumously honored with the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. And of course, I say posthumously because of Kurt Cobain. And, it's funny, Dave Grohl, their drummer, I guess, was just loving life with Nirvana. And then all of a sudden, Kurt Cobain does what he does. And what does Dave Grohl do? Doesn't miss a beat and goes on and starts, the Foo Fighters and arguably almost as big as Nirvana. But coming in at number 4 is Nirvana on DJ Ray's greatest music trios of all time. 3 away from announcing the GOAT. And I believe somebody is looking good here. Obviously, the votings are over right now, so you're locked in with your votes. And we usually do that at number 5. So let's continue on. I believe somebody said this one, and it's an excellent pick. If anybody wants to type in who it was, because I just missed that, who did this, it'd be good if the person who mentioned number 3 could say me, then I'll know to congratulate you, although it's not the GOAT. Great pick. At number 3, The Police. Formed in 1977, The Police were an English rock band consisting of guitarist Andy Summers, drummer Stuart Copeland, and lead singer Sting, who also played bass guitar. As a trio, The Police became globally popular from the late 1970s to the mid-1980s. Emerging in the British New Wave scene, they played a unique style of rock influenced by punk, reggae, and jazz. Having sold over 75 million records, they recorded many popular singles, including 5 chart-topping hits in the UK, with tracks like Message in a Bottle, 1979, Walking on the Moon, 1979, Don't Stand So Close to Me, 1980, Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic, 1981, and Every Breath You Take, 1983. Throughout their glossy career, the Police racked up multiple accolades, including 2 Brit Awards and 6 Grammys. Pretty impressive because they're an English band and they won more American Grammys than Brit Awards, but impressive nonetheless to win 8 between the two. In the year 2003, this legendary trio was officially inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I've always loved Sting. I think he's one of my favorite all-time lead singers. I think the Police, as much accolades as they've received and as much, notoriety they've been given, they still haven't been given enough. I think they were a very unique band that managed to adapt a little bit of reggae into their style and still maintain a very cool rock vibe. Number 3 on DJ Ray's greatest music trios of all time is The Police. Oh, these next two. Oh boy. We're going into another level now with these next two, okay? Coming in at number 2. Thanks, Dancing Queen. That's very nice of you. Yeah, for sure. Is that a hat? Yes, my sister was, feel free to stick around if you want to come and hang out in one of the boxes, and if you have any questions for me. Thank you for the gift. We're going to stick around for an extra 10 or 15 minutes if anybody wants to come up into the box. I'm not exactly sure, but my sister Ange has it all under control. You know, if you want, I don't know if you need to tell her or whatever, but feel free to come up, whether she takes one at a time or 5 or 6 at a time, whatever. But I'm going to just take one of you at a time. And if you have any questions about tonight's theme or your own thoughts on, you know, who I'm about to say is number 1 and number 2, or who you like the best, anything, any questions you have, or even about other music questions, feel free. We'll be doing that in a few more minutes once we finish here. Let's continue with number 2, greatest music trio of all time, the Supremes. Formed in 1959, the Supremes' best-known lineup consisted of Mary Wilson, Florence Ballard, and the iconic Diana Ross. Scoring an incredible 12 number 1 singles in the US, this trio was inarguably Motown's greatest act. Some of their chart toppers included songs like Where Did Our Love Go, 1964, Stop in the Name of Love, 1965, You Keep Me Hanging On, 1966, Love Child, 1968, and Someday We'll Be Together, 1969. And they still had, that's just a few, they still had several more number 1s. The songs Where Did Our Love Go, You Keep Me Hanging On, and Stop in the Name of Love were all eventually added to the Grammy Hall of Fame. That's impressive. You know, when you get 3 songs into the Grammy Hall of Fame, you're pretty good. In 1988, the Ross, Wilson, Ballard lineup were all inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And in 1994, this trio received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In 2023, the Supremes received the prestigious Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. And you're probably thinking, how can there be anything better? How can there be a number 1 over that? I mean, it's pretty impressive, don't you think, Jenny? You know, so, but I have one more impressive. So whoever picked the Supremes, I thought I saw somebody pick them, but thanks Debbie and Ange for the tapping partners. I like it a lot. So you guys ready for number 1, the greatest music trio of all time? I know somebody picked it, and I'm going to announce who picked it. And this guy's a first-time champion. So congratulations to Teddy. Teddy, my man. The Bee Gees are the greatest music trio of all time. No big surprise, is it? I mean, if anybody's going to beat the Supremes, it's the Bee Gees. So listen up. Formed in 1958 by brothers Barry. 1958. Did you guys catch that? Not 68. 1958. These boys were young when they started. By brothers Barry, Robin, and Morris, the Bee Gees were a pioneering force to the 1970s disco era. With over 120 million records sold worldwide, this trio recorded 9 different chart toppers throughout their music career, including singles like I Started a Joke, 1968, How Can You Mend a Broken Heart, 1971, Jive Talkin', 1975, that's when their disco vibe started, You Should Be Dancin', 1976, How Deep Is Your Love, 1977, Stayin' Alive, 1977, Night Fever, 1978, and Tragedy, 1979. And that's just a few. Having sold more than 250 million records worldwide, the other one was albums, by the way, I might have said records, the Bee Gees are in an exclusive club as one of the best-selling acts in music history. A 5-time Grammy Award winner, in 1979, they received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And in 1997, the Bee Gees were officially inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Teddy for picking the GOAT tonight. Teddy's going to be added to our champion list, along with Darren, who has one championship, Ange, who has one championship. I think she might be retiring now just because of her doing the moderator thing. But I told her, she could still be in, but makes sense. Jay has one, and Hunter has one, and of course, Uncle Mike has. This might be a misprint. It says 2. I thought he had 3, but we'll double check that. Either way, Uncle Mike's in first place right now. And anyone who gets one of these championships is going to be invited later on in the summer or early fall for a best of the best. And anyone's allowed to show up for it, but they'll be actually in the contest to see who the best of the best, who knows their music the best. So congratulations once again, Teddy. I know you've been trying for a while to get that inevitable championship. Remember, getting more than one championship is a benefit, because when we do this best of the best tournament, there's going to be advantages for how many titles you won. Okay, so with that, we're going to be moving on, I believe, to this little question and answer period on TikTok. So my friends on Facebook, Jenny, everything, hope you had a good time. We'll check you a bit later. You can feel free to come over to TikTok if you want to get involved. And have a great night.